Well, I want to say that was not surprising, but at the same time, I have never understood Tokyo Ghoul, so I am surprised. But all in all, everything makes extremely much sense. Everything. Everything from the very first start we saw Mitsuki to the very end of this one. Everything about that character makes sense now. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but you know what? I don't care. This has nothing to do with real life. If it happened to do with real life, what people think about that, then I just then I just say now think from the perspective of the manga, not from the perspective of real life. What am I trying to say? Well, it turns out that the body that we thought were female looking actually was torso. Yeah, we all suspected it could have been torso, but we never expected it to be like this. No, Mitsuki killed Torso by cutting off his penis, cutting off his limbs, and then injected a. Oh, you get the picture. And apparently, Mitsuki did that unconsciously, because we then treated to a flashback, confirming a theory a lot of people have had. One of them theory was what we saw of Mitsuki's father, that was just pure and simple sick. And what we see, there have been some guesses to compare Mitsuki to Kaneki, and now you can almost say that you were right, because it was Mitsuki who killed them, and Mitsuki has been living in denial ever since. You all remember how Gosuma mentioned Mitsuki back then too. It wasn't just because, well, Mitsuki was his new favorite toy to take the blame. No, it's because Gosuma saw a lot of himself into Mitsuki. So why am I talking about in the beginning of this? Well, it is all makes sense. Mitsuki's gender identity problems, Mitsuki's tendency to act one way in personality when we have seen another, the detached personality, the afraid of violence when the other one being very strong, not to mention the fact that Mitsuki always hides behind someone else. Every single thing of these is true. Does that mean Mitsuki has a split personality? Well, I want to say that Kaneki also had a split personality, but then again, Heise and Kaneki were split personality. His Shironeki wasn't technically a split personality. It's at least not to me. That was just personality becoming darker. Or did Mitsuki have a split personality, or is this just a case of repressed anguish and denial? And I think this is just denial. I've never liked Mitsuki's character, and now it's just keep on dropping. I mean, okay, I get the killing the family. I mean, if anybody had a sick family like that, I'm actually surprised they wouldn't lose their minds and go on a rampage. Of course, they will be called murderers, and it wouldn't be good if they decide to kill families that are innocent, but still. Moreover, the fact that Mitsuki tried to befriend a cat on this, but on the other time, then killed it. And the fact that once Mitsuki realizes that Mitsuki herself, just what the hell is this? Is the gender of Mitsuki? Okay, I'm gonna say she from now on because the flashback says she. She because in the end Mitsuki was just a transsexual, wasn't was a girl who wanted to live as a boy and then was classified as a boy. Was that it? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Mitsuki killed Torso unconsciously because Mitsuki did not know that Torso died until Mitsuki looks at in the what the arm she's holding, and it's Torso's arm. She froze up them. So yeah, again, 3 chapters in a row, and every single one have been so messed up. Ooh. But the ending of this chapter seems to finally hint we're gonna drop this uh, sick side of the one. While I wanted Hebi to be the one to kill Torso, we still didn't know why he targeted him, by the way. I guess now he's gonna target Mitsuki because you stole my revenge from me. Maybe. Then again, at least that nightmare is over, but the new nightmare has been born. At the end of this chapter is apparently someone reporting that a special class has died. Was it that? Yeah, a special class was killed in action. Now is the question though, who was the special class that did die in in action? In fact, the fact that they're reporting to Iryu seems to hint that there's someone he works with. And I'm actually going a theory here. Was Matsuri was the one, right, who that arrogant and sociopathic Washu. He was the one who was a special class, wasn't he? I mean, if it was him who was a special class investigator and he's killed, then I'm gonna clap my hands of joy because I sincerely hope it is he who's killed. In fact, it would make sense if it's him. Why? Because why is everybody calling to Uryu for that? Mind you. That's because Uryu works for Matsuri. But then again, it could very well just be Corona trying to kill Yotsuru. Because as what is one thing we do know about Tokyo Ghoul manga is that evil always wins and good never does. So all in all, an extremely sick chapter. As I said before, I thought the chapters couldn't get any more sick than this. Still don't understand Mitsuri's character nor the gender a single bit, but I do still lie with my belief that this, combined with the fact that Mitsuri wanted to live as a man, combined with the fact that Mitsuki always hides behind something, the fact that he seems so, or she seems to be so afraid of violence when fighting very good, all of this hinted towards some sort of emotional detachment. Normally in real life that shouldn't, but there were some hints even before, besides that Mitsuki's life, well, was more detached when you think. After all, that flashback with the father was the most disturbing thing. So, besides criticizing me for the obvious thing, give me your thoughts if you have any.